What's good? It's your boy Carcino here. Let's talk about it. Let's get it in. Now, there's a lot going on here. Rondo Girlfriend gets caught in a fight in a parking lot, and it's on tape only because the one girl is pressing charges and suing them for $1 million. TMC just got the footage, right? Okay. Somebody calling me right now. In the meanwhile, y'all hit the subscribe button, hit that notification button, and subscribe to the page. Yes, sir. Subscribe to the page. Hit that notification bell. And if you want to donate to the page, hit the Cash App up. I got to redo a video because they took it down. Even on the Patreon, it was so hot. So we're going to have to switch it up a little bit, but it's still going down. Still going down. I don't care how mad they get. That video going back up. And kicking off New Year's, we got nothing but heat. Surprises all dropping on New Year's Day. So you got college football and Cino. Now, let's get back to Rondo. Now, Rondo and this girl got into a fight, right? Now, they didn't say exactly when, like the actual date, but this happened in July. That this other girl and Rondo's woman got into an altercation. This is July, ladies and gentlemen. That's the middle of 2020. Right when they started this whole pandemic, we're going to do this whole pandemic move. Meaning that we're going to do this whole transition in which we're going to restart the season before the end of July. And then this altercation happens in a parking lot. Did the NBA do an investigation? And if they did, why this wasn't brought to the public light? Why is the video just surfacing now? Because people would have said, whoa, what's going on here? Rondo's girlfriend is in an altercation and all of this. They didn't want all that bad press to where Rondo would possibly have to be suspended, right, from the bubble. All of this is a cover-up. Had this been James Harden, do you think that video would have surfaced? Let's talk about it. Because there's other NBA basketball players involved. And we gon', man, I'm not gonna be the, see, if I was to do that, that would be called snitching. Okay? But I'm gonna put this on your head. This is a little nugget. When John Wall had the video, when he was smoking out and doing all the stuff he was doing, throwing up gang signs and all that, they had no mask on. He was partying and kicking it, right? That dude's in Houston right now, right? Couldn't they have gotten it from him? But you don't hear nobody talking about John Wall at all, do they? Do you? Nope. You don't see the NBA finding him any kind of money. For nothing. So, I'm just saying. It could have came from Boogie. It could have came from John Wall. Could have came from any other player on the team. Why are you singling out James? James Harden already had it. The likelihood to catch it twice, you could catch it twice, but it's slimmer. Your chances are much slimmer to catch it twice than it is to catch it again. You know what I'm saying? So he's already had it. So what they saying? James got it twice? Because him and Russ been through it already. But they're making it look and appear as if, oh, James is the guy. The way the whole media is. It's ridiculous. Right? Now, let's get back to Rondo. So you get a 2-for-1 today. It's a 2-for-1 Cino special. Because I wanted to address that. And I kind of felt like, because I was a little tired, I had to take a nap from all that ripping and running I was doing because of the holidays and all this other stuff. I just had to crash. So I didn't get a chance to go into it on the James Harden video I did. But I felt this is, it was the opportune time to really dig deep and get into what was going on here. And we need to do that now. We need to actually go over what's happening here, because what's happening here is a travesty. Now, here it is, Rondo's girl. Now, this isn't the same girl. I mean, I was told it wasn't the same girl. Rondo got a new chick now, some little Tavia Fitzgerald, another, one of them Instagram models, tattoo on the booty chicks. Hey, the other one he got the baby with, when he got Riley from, this is not Riley's mom, but she's hostile too. All of them, Rondo liked them gutter chicks. So, what Rondo ended up doing, because y'all don't remember, the other girl that he was dating, she got into it with Chris Paul's wife. Remember when they had to fight on the court and Rondo punched Chris Paul in the mouth and all that, and Chris Paul's wife got all loud and she got shoved by Rondo's girlfriend, who was sitting over there with Savannah, and all of them was sitting together. You see, that's the thing. Savannah and, Rondo's girl was close. The mother of his child. They was real close, hanging together. LeBron don't let his wife hang out with some of everybody. And Chris Paul's wife, they all close. Then this happened, and but here's the thing. Rondo's wife or girlfriend never got a chance to really hang out with Rondo's girlfriend like that until when he was a Laker, and that was the first time they really was getting to know her. Then all of a sudden, after all the years of dating her, it wasn't working out no more, and he just switched up this year to this new, whatever thotty chick. Now, why this other girl came and ran up on him and be like, hey, what's going on with me? You forgot about me? And whatever the altercation was, Rondo's thotty, whatever, she went to work on old girl. Now she wants $1 million. And I'm like, Rondo, now he's in Atlanta, and Atlanta then inherited this stuff, but this is good for Atlanta, because this fits right in Atlanta's. Oh, that's just another day in the office. That ain't nothing. We all good here. So, like I say, we all have to wonder what's going to happen next, right? Nope. the NBA will do nothing. That's going to be an outside incident that doesn't concern the league. Let that be James Harden. That's all I got to say. Let that be James Harden. James Harden girl that he's with gets into an altercation. James Harden going to get all the blame, and James is the problem. Every show they talking about James Harden is the problem. It's crazy. They're trying to erase this man out of people's memories. Telling you, man, it's a whole conspiracy cover-up that's happening with this league, man, and it's ridiculous. Now, I was looking at I think I had some film the other day. They was talking about they were talking about, the best teams and who should go here, and Kyrie and Kevin Durant and all of these things, and people saying, man, why is everyone forgetting about the Boston Celtics? Boston Celtics, man, they were one player away, and Tristan Thompson could be that player. I said, who in the hell said that? I turn around and look at the screen, and there it is, Richard Jefferson. Then I turn around and I see Brian Windhorst say it. Then I said, oh, wait a minute. He signed with Clutch. These are LeBron's puppets. And they're pushing the narrative that Tristan Thompson is out there because he works with Clutch. Oh, I get it now. This is all about LeBron. Now, my thing is this, when you give somebody an inch and they take more than that, and they just totally corrupt this league to the point where they're running the league actually behind the scenes, really in everybody's face. We pointed out to you, and you guys are okay with that. Now, if somebody has abuse of power, it don't have a color. You okay if the abuse of power as long as they black. Oh no, man, LeBron's a brother, man. About time the brother got something now, bro. Abuse of power is abuse of power. Period. He ain't discriminating. You see, he don't show up to do anything for the brothers. Right? Only the brothers that's bowing to him. Trez, Draymond, Tristan, all these weak dudes are now bowing to him. He's Xerxes. Bow to me, Leonidas. Leonidas, bow to me. It's all you have to do. All I command is that you bow. So that's all LeBron wants. He wants you to bow to him. Rondo, bow. And then he'll bless you with a contract that you don't deserve. Now, down the line, when his playing career is over, which it should be now, he's struggling already out here. And he's like, man, it's only one game, man, damn. What happened in last year? I'm like, last year got voided, and then we started a bubble. So we don't know about last year. Because we're still in last year, right? We never finished it. You got half the NBA players, the majority of them, saying cancel the season. And then y'all come back and play because you need the money. The NBA just took out a loan of its insurance money. Did y'all forget that? $900 million loan. Let that sink in. $900 million loan. The NBA is good for it. They'll make it back as long as they got games. Now, see, here's something you didn't know until you ran into tonight's situation already with game one with the Rockets. All they have to do is present 8 players. If you have 8 players, you can play the game. But you have to have the minimum of 8 players available to play. So that means the game's going to continue no matter who tests positive. If you test negative, if these guys test negative, they got to play. They don't care what the situation is. You got to play. They're trying to steal that from the NFL. They don't care if the star player don't play. He's just going to miss that game. He shouldn't have got sick. But the game must go on. But in the NBA, that's going to be a tough sell because they pattern themselves on individual talent. They pattern themselves on personalities. You get to see their face. So when somebody see that person's not there, people are the casual fan are less reluctant to watch the game. Like, if LeBron doesn't play in a game, I'll watch it. But someone else might be less likely to watch that game. Because the casual might say, oh man, LeBron's not playing. I don't want to watch it if LeBron ain't playing. You know, you have some stupid people like that. So we try to get them out of it. Now, let's get to some more pressing things that the NBA is doing right now. The league is trying to get everybody on board so they can clear and get clear of the Olympics. They want to make sure they wrap this thing up quick. They want to squeeze in as many games as they can so they can have ample time to get players out because they still want to send players over the dream team to play for the Olympics, play basketball. They want to go to their program that they started before all this went down, NBA Paris. See, I'm telling you, this thing is global, man, and it's a global screw job. Mm-hmm. Now that all these such situations have come around to where they are now, I don't see most people like sustaining, and dealing with this. I think people are trying to find the best way to navigate it, and to me, that's just a problem. That's just an unnecessary problem that you don't even need to have. You're gonna have people test positive because you have them traveling. You don't have them in an isolated place. And the reason why they don't do that, ladies and gentlemen, because that was expensive. To have the NBA in the bubble the way they did was expensive. You cannot have people in an isolated bubble space for as long as they were there and think that is going to be sustainable. Now, we don't know what's going to happen with this lawsuit now that it's public, now it's on TMZ, and now you got Rondo and his girlfriend there. So, for the guy who asked about that, we don't know what's going on with that yet. It's $1 million lawsuit she's trying to file, and they probably will settle out of court, but don't look for the NBA to do anything about it. Their player really didn't do anything except for break it up and get his girl off of her. But because he's there, he will be sued. Oh, it's a lot of things that's going on, man. It's a lot of things that go down because NBA players live the most reckless life. They believe they're superstars. Most of these people are lames. They never had any real women before. You know, they lucky to get a hood girl or some nice girl they had from the block. They look up to Instagram models and all that because they were nobodies. They were nerdy nobodies who was going to basketball camp when everybody was going to the hood parties. They were in the basketball camp. Mom sending them over there, so they're learning their craft. They're going in tournaments while everybody else is kicking it in the mall, getting chicks. They got to go to camp. So they go to college and they go crazy when they get to college, all the girls and stuff. So if they do, they get normally used to get all that stuff out their system in college before they come to pros. Now they going to college for 1 year and coming to the league. So now you go to college for 1 year and then you come to the league. You ain't get a chance to get it all out your system. Everybody riding you and all this fame. Now they give you money to go on top of it. When you was in college, it was just fame. Now you got the money to go with it. So now you're 20 years old. You got all this money. You can't really go to the club, but they'll let you in the club. And you can throw parties or whatever. And now you got all the Instagram thoughts, the models, all the vet players show you how to get the chicks, and they'll bring the chicks over. They only want money and pictures and get a photo with you, and you just want to smash, and they'll let you do it for nothing. Now you're a celebrity to them. Even the 12th man is treated like something. Look at Malik Beasley. This is a guy who was he's a fifth option on the team. He's a complimentary role player. And look where he's at. Tried to tell him. So this has been going on for quite a while, man. This is nothing new under the sun. The NBA just wants you to forget. They want you to forget while they put on this show and try to get you to watch LeBron James. That's all they want you to do. Watch LeBron. Watch LeBron. Watch LeBron. The Lakers play the most national televised games of any team in the NBA. That's where their marketing is. That's where their money is. As they're promoting Kobe Bryant and using Kobe Bryant, his tragedy, to promote the Los Angeles Lakers. Still. Hopefully ring night puts an end to the garbage. But nobody's buying into LeBron, so they got to still use Kobe Bryant to promote LeBron. Let that man be in peace. Let his family be in peace. It's sad. It's really sad and pathetic. Anyway, like I said before, hit the like button, subscribe to the page, hit that notification bell, and we definitely will tackle some more of this. We're just getting started, good people. We are just getting started. Now, here's another thing. Because I don't want to say any names because it's not right. You know what I'm saying? It's not right to use these players' names and, then people start digging into them. But a Boston Celtic gets into an altercation with somebody during the pandemic, right? And one of the staff workers that worked there. I'm quite sure some people know what I'm talking about, or they figured it out already because they've heard it or remember it. It was an altercation with a staff member that worked there in the area, and they had an issue with one of the Boston Celtics players. And what did the NBA do in that situation? For those that know, where was the media to cover that? Where's Adam? Oh, what's his name? What's his name? Wojciechowski or whatever. Wojo. Where was he at the report on it? You know what he did? Don't tell me he didn't know. He knew. Because the worker who was selected to be in the bubble told him directly, went to the reporter and said, I want to report this. And that what Adam Wojo did was go ahead and say, I got to check to see. I'll let you know if I can. Because he said, if I can, it might cost you your job. So I could, you want me to write this up or you want me to go check with them? And that essential worker that was working inside the bubble who had the altercation with the Celtic player said, nah, I'm good. So, don't tell me about strength and power. Don't tell me about corruption. Don't tell me about any of these things here because I see it every day. And I'm seeing it right now. I'm seeing it play out right now. The NBA is essentially doing this for one reason and one reason only. Because they can. It's sad but true. They're only doing it because they can. Now, y'all got me riding on the NBA. They finna come for you with guns blazing. They've already done enough damage. So my thing is, why not go all the way? They didn't already went this far. I mean, why bite your tongue? That's how I see it. If I got in this to be quiet, I picked the wrong profession. Oh, we gonna spit a lot more on the Patreon, believe me. But let me get out of here. I'll holler at y'all later. Yeah, we're gonna talk a lot of stuff, boy. It's going down today. We got NBA back, more games. So everybody's happy about that. We get more talent. Ja Morant looked great tonight. You had who else looked great? The team still needs work though. for the Grizzlies, they're far, far away from, you know, being a team that could go to the playoffs. They need some pieces. They had the pieces and got rid of the pieces. Um, the Pelicans look great. Zion is not the main piece, of the puzzle. He gets time to develop while the rest of the team can still play well. I mean, I thought Lonzo Ball played well today. He played better than his rookie brother, who was just atrocious. But his decision making, um, he's got to kind of learn to slow down. It's his first game, of course. I ain't judging his career off this one game, but he was just atrocious. He got to realize this isn't Lithuania. This isn't Chino Hills High School. You got to be able to ball, baby. Got to be able to ball. Um, I don't. I don't. I never looked at. I never looked at it the way you kind of presented it earlier. I kind of look at it a little differently. I look at it on the level of people coming together to do something, like for a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like Kyrie teaming up with KD is what they wanted to do. They decided this is what we're gonna do. The league don't want us to do it. So this is not part of the league's plan. The New Jersey Nets is not their plan. Like they didn't say, okay, let's go okay with this marketing or whatever. When they saw Kevin Durant, they were all assuming he was going to the Knicks and all these things. And then when he winds up with Kyrie Irving going to the New Jersey Nets and they're going to be playing together, they were under the impression that Boston was going to re-sign Kyrie Irving. And Kyrie had every intentions of going back over there until the season went the way it did. Then there was no intentions of it like going back the way it was. So there was no plans on drawing the league back to the area it was beforehand. No, they were past that. Now let's look at other things on the table that wasn't being spoken of that needed to be. Other players screwing other people's girlfriends. You got another case where these young kids who are with these Instagram models, and this is you is or is you ain't my baby, and they just in a situation where they sleeping with these girls, but they don't really have no ties on them. They don't really own these women. So the girls is like, look, you ain't claiming me. We might mess around or whatever, but he got more money and more clout. Anything for clout. Do anything for clout. So they actually go there for the chance of trying to get it to work because they're doing it for clout. Now, what's said is said and what's done is done. But it's a lot of that going on. Now, you get players saying they don't care, whatever. But some players, it ruined their whole career. You see, look at Roy Hilbert. He didn't recover. Will Ben Simmons recover? He's already mentally fragile. Then you got Devin Booker piping down your little piece, and it is what it is. And he was supposed to be your closest friend. So it just goes that way sometimes. I like the way the Suns look. I told you they were no longer the Phoenix Suns that you knew because they got rid of everybody. When you want to change a team and you've been losing for a while, you have to bring in people with new minds that hadn't been there for all the years. It's like hearing no all the time. It wears you down. Like if you've been in sales and you hear no, 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 you got to go through like 500 no's to get a yes. That one yes that makes your day worthwhile. Because no's is so negative the way everything just comes down. No, 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 no. It drains you. It wears you to the ground. This was a way people were bringing things back to where it needed to be. Hearing that yes. So now they've changed the whole attitude of Phoenix, and it happened last year. Right, they brought in Baines and everybody else, and the guys just got hurt throughout the season. But they changed the look to where Devin Booker, like, okay, I can stick around. I ain't gotta go now. But you never know. I mean, things are early, but from what they look like, yeah. Milwaukee Bucks, yeah. I was, I was watching. Yeah, I saw Ben Simmons get hit with the move. That was wild. Russ hit him with the hard dribble. I mean, to be honest, it probably was one of the roughest periods of our time. Like watching that game and watching Ben Simmons out there and watching how limited he is. And then that one guy who told me that Giannis is the same player as Ben Simmons, I was like, I know the youth. Don't know too much, but if you are watching the Bucks game and watching that game was like, are you kidding me? Giannis hit like four threes, leading the team back in the comeback. His percentage, win shares, scoring, and defense. Are you kidding me? He's all around making things happen, but his free throw percentage is dropped. He's improved his 3-point shooting, but your free throws percentage is down. You shot like 64% last year, which was the worst for him. He's going down, and he misses the one to tie the game. When they gave him a foul, he really didn't get fouled on. So, um, it all depends on what you're looking for. Tristan gives them watching him. I would not say Tristan is helping them. He's just another body in there trying to get some rebounds and who could guard somebody when they need some help on certain positions. Other than that, I see nothing special there. I really don't. No, Mitchell did what he did. People got to look out for Mitchell. He's gonna do what he does. He likes it in a quiet environment. But it's the first game of the season. That's why, yes, I'm happy the Clippers won in the fashion that they won, and I knew they would win in the fashion they did against the Lakers. But it's still one game. It's not like, okay, they finna do this every night. It's not gonna happen. Tonight, the Washington Wizards really left Philly off the hook. The Knicks defensively were terrible tonight. The Detroit Pistons let a game get away that they shouldn't have because they just don't know how to close a game out. And they needed some guys to step up. But that was that. It was nobody I'm really overly impressed with. I'm seeing a lot of bad defense and a lot of teams who are having a lot of turnovers, and you're gonna have a lot of turnovers in the first week of the season. You're working out kinks. Some new players on the team. Y'all got to get adjusted. So that's gonna happen. But everybody was pretty much playing pretty well, for a first game. I didn't really see too many superstars have a bad game. Luca had a bad game. Kawhi had a bad shooting game. That's the thing is that's why they lost. As talented as Dallas is, everything is on ride on Luca, and we're gonna get into that at another day and time. But everything's riding on him for them. And I'm betting on Dallas when they play the Lakers. I'm betting the money. I'm not gonna watch the game though. I'm not giving LeBron any viewership. But I've already seen the move. You know what I'm saying? So we'll talk about that at another time. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, man. I went longer than I really wanted to, but I hope I did enough for you guys to be caught up. You know, I'm out. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and don't forget to join the Patreon. It's gonna be explosive.